ViolarulesReacts here, and welcome to another blind commentary. Today I'm going to be reacting to another video by AJ Pony AP's channel called The Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Find Her, Keep Her review featuring the Ravishing Summer. Hey, ViolarulesReacts here, and welcome to another blind commentary. Today I'm going to be reacting to another video by AJ Pony AP's channel called The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Find Her, Keep Her review featuring the Ravishing Summer. I don't know who the Ravishing Summer is, so that'll be somebody new for me to experience. But I am a fan of Winnie the Pooh. I watched a lot of the cartoon when I was growing up. And yeah, it evolved over time from hand-drawn animation to the 3D puppets, kind of like in the style of Between the Lions, if you guys are familiar with that cartoon. So yeah, I don't know if I know this episode, the Find Her, Keep Her episode. So I guess we'll find out right now.
So with Christopher Robin out, it immediately made me reflect back on a series that could stand toe-to-toe with everything that makes Friendship is Magic so great. The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
I do remember that. I also remember this theme song.
Seriously, I'm surprised more bronies and YouTubers haven't reviewed this series. Somewhat a continuation of the first movie, like Friendship is Magic, it follows these timeless characters and rather simplistic activities, but because of their timelessness, it makes each episode stand out, and has an irresistible charm to it, with themes and lessons both kids and adults can take away from. And to be honest, I wasn't sure which episode to review since there are so many good ones that hold a special place in my childhood heart. But in the end, I decided to go with this one, as being one of the best I can remember. The episode begins with the gang in the blizzard trying to save one of Rabbit's carrots. Now, I could say why in the middle of winter, or why not just grow it inside if it's that special. But I'd rather focus on Pooh being Pooh when he forgets the hot water bottles.
Water bottles! Pooh, water bottles. I believe it's in Rabbit's house.
Oh.
Of course, then we wouldn't get to the plot. I would see a bit of Rabbit's character that he'll at least pick a baby bird's life over a vegetable, even if reluctantly.
Forgive me.
Also, yes, he's a he.
Yeah,
I
knew
some
that.
of you knew this, but bear in mind, I could not be the only kid who thought with his voice and even personality that he seemed more feminine. But no,
really?
He's a he. His voice actor is just that, and he's always referred to as a he. So after his house gets wrecked, we're then introduced to a new character of the series.
Yeah, it's
Cassie.
true that Rabbit is OCD, but
yes, she's adorable.
This is where Cassie
kind of
was
falls
introduced.
into the same
I
trap
remember
as Nick
her
does
in
if
the
you've read
later
past Sins.
series.
She's not annoying or without character, but most of her charm comes from her cuteness and relationship from her parent figure, in this case Rabbit, as he decides to raise the orphan bird. Even because he thinks he's the only one who can do it, which turns out not to be easy.
That sounds like Rabbit. OCD, always wanting to be in control of everything.
And here I thought Connie and Summer had it rough. Fast forward as we see Cassie grown up. I kind of like how they did this instead of just being a baby the whole time. That said, it does feel like a lot happened between these two scenes we didn't get to see because of the 20-minute time crunch. But enough of that. It's time for Tigger to be the bane of Rabbit's existence. He gets to be the cool uncle, and then repeats a day for Tigger and gets stuck in a... or the tree falls over onto a ledge.
Oh.
Okay, seriously, what is it with every place in the world having at least some 100-foot drop cliff? They're dangerous. They're dangerous enough to get Mommy Rabbit running. I can't be the only one! Someone please say they were two in the comments. However, it's not enough as Cassie falls. Oh, wait,
she's a bird.
Sure, it's tense, but not enough to... Oh my, yeah, this story could have had a very different ending.
So then Owl swoops in to save Cassie and offers to teach her how to fly. Rabbit, however, says no.
So like any child, and because Cassie falls more in line with Nick than a Mary Sue, she tries to go against Rabbit's wishes and learns to fly. To which Pooh intervenes to take lessons from the CMC.
Oh no.
Yes, like we honestly would try that in real life. Although this is a strong case of why children getting into a little trouble from time to time can be a good thing. Builds character and gets them out of their comfort zone.
They slingshotting
like, take my
Pooh
Phantom Nephew
as well?
Sketchpad, for example. Such a sweet little thing, isn't he? Although, I'm not trusting his parents to not raise him into a, sheltered cinnamon roll. So, I have taken it upon myself to be the cool uncle who gets him into trouble every once in a while. Like just last week, we went bungee jumping, all without his parents being the wiser. And next week, we'll be riding a hoof-built rocket.
What?
Oh, hey, Summer,
Oh, that's the ravishing Summer.
Hear about Boris and Ash having a kid?
First of all, they had 2 kids. It was twins. Second of all, yes, I know I was there. Now, what in the name of Celestia do you think you were doing with my baby, AJ?
Well, to my defense, I heard Cybergamer was going to take him and the girl skydiving next week. Alright, well, needless to say, Rabbit isn't too happy either when he... Hey sis, I wasn't the only one who thought Rabbit was a girl, right? Please tell me.
What do you mean, girl? Rabbit is a dude. I always knew this even as a kid. Though, admittedly, he can act a bit like a sissy at times. Now then, give me one reason why I shouldn't call up Connie or...
Anyways, he's not happy about this. And even a little hurt, holding Cassie back just because he's afraid of her getting hurt.
I do want to mention that in the later versions of Winnie the Pooh, it is not established that Cassie and Rabbit had this relationship, so I had no idea.
To help our nieces and nephews step outside their comfort zones?
AJ, well, you may have a good point there. There is a massive difference between not sheltering a child and just being reckless. Cassie was obviously a fledgling, and therefore old enough to try and start flying on her own. On the other hoof, Sketchpad is still just a baby. He's too young to understand what danger is, and things like bungee or rocket jumping are too dangerous for him.
It was only a 5-foot drop. So, how about some chocolate-covered tangerines? My treat to the best, most kind-hearted sister ever.
Oh, no, you don't. You can't bribe your way out of this one. Now, hand over that rocket, or so help me, I will sick both temper and deep ending on you.
Well, not to die. I shall follow this episode and Tigger's lead and do what she says.
That's better.
Even if it's a bad idea.
What?
And just let go of it.
Oh.
But right now.
Oh, see ya, Rabbit.
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh.
I'm sure that's gonna bite me in the butt later. Oh well, that's future AJ's problem. Now, let's see how Rabbit makes it out of this alive.
Oh, why didn't I stay in my garden with my nice, safe carrots?
And so a scene that would typically be triumphant in any other circumstances is immediately met up with sadness as Rabbit realizes what this means.
Boy, kiddo, there's nothing holding you down now. Don't you think I know?
Oh, I see.
And if that wasn't heartbreaking enough...
Rabbi, could you read me one last bedtime story?
You don't need me to read you a bedtime story. You don't need me for anything.
Wow, if I'd seen this as a kid, I definitely would have cried. Still feel like crying right now. I feel bad for her. For both of them.
Now, is it selfish for Rabbit to be acting this way? Possibly.
Yes, but
I, along with many others, didn't view this as a kid. Personally, I saw it more as Rabbit trying to distance himself so he can deal with his emotions better. He did spend a minimum of half a year raising Cassie as his own kid. Rabbit is a character of order and predictability. If anything disturbs that order, he'll stress out. To me, it's just him dealing with the fact Cassie will leave soon, by acting like she's already gone. Which makes what happens next a little confusing.
what?
It's time for Cassie to leave. Everyone but Rabbit is there to say goodbye since he's...
Collecting carrots, I
Here
see.
is it.
Oh, looking for the special carrot.
There it is.
Yeah, there's a scene missing here, I'm sure of it. Like maybe there is a legit deleted scene, but from the version I have, it felt like he just went from not caring to suddenly caring. There should have been a scene where Rabbit was still distancing himself, only to realize he had to say goodbye. Let me know if such a deleted scene in the comment exists. I'm sure it did somewhere, but
a lot of
anyways,
children's
he does
shows
realize how
do that
important
where
Cassie
they don't
is to
want
him.
to
And
focus
so,
on the
he
sad
races off
stuff
to
for
hopefully
a
make
very
sure
long
Cassie
time.
knows how much he loves her before she leaves.
Wait,
What? I changed my mind. You can fly. Just don't go away, Cassie.
Yeah, so let it be known. Love what you have now rather than dreading it won't be there tomorrow. No, that would just be too much of a downer for a Disney afternoon show. Cassie does at least come back to say goodbye, and it's happy all around. However, what keeps it from feeling like a cheap ending is that Cassie still flies north, and we're left with this for the ending.
It's the most peculiar thing. For the longest time, I thought Rabbit didn't like her.
You know, Piglet, sometimes people care too much. I think it's called love.
Oh, do you think we should tell Rabbit?
Don't worry. I believe he already knows.
Yeah, I always loved the morals in
What's
the
even more surprising
Winnie
is
the
that we
Pooh
never see Cassie
episodes.
again until another series came along. And as much as I
Yeah,
would
the
have loved
Book
an
of
episode
Pooh,
where
that's
Cassie
the one
did
I was
come back,
thinking.
I think the fact we never did was a good thing. Winnie the Pooh was, in a way, a show and series about the transition from childhood to adult. Maybe not directly, but it's episodes like this
Yeah,
that
the
makes
Book
it
of
so
Pooh
great.
is the
It's about learning
series
how to
that
let go
introduced me
without
to
letting
Cassie.
go
I never
of
saw
that
this
love.
episode, so I had no idea who she was. I thought she was just a randomly added character for the Book of Pooh. Okay, so that was AJ Pony AP's channel review of a Winnie the Pooh episode. It was really, really good. I liked the exchange with Deravishing Summer. That was funny. Oh, and it was her idea for the scene. Nice. Okay, so yeah, that was a really, really good video, and it introduced me to the origin of Cassie. I had no idea that she was in the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, because I never saw all of the episodes. I only saw a few here and there. Like, I remember the one where Pooh gets stuck in Rabbit's burrow, the entrance of it, after eating too much honey. Yeah, and it mentioned that this was a series released after the first movie. I think I've seen the first movie, I do remember seeing a Winnie the Pooh movie, but I don't really remember a lot of the details about it. But I do like this end. I thought that the relationship between Rabbit and Cassie was really well established. About the sad scene and how quickly it comes and goes. Yeah, that's sort of a thing with Disney's, shows, and especially the early ones. While they have sad, sentimental moments, they usually don't linger for very long because I guess they're afraid that the kids watching will become too sad and turn it off, or will become disinterested if it doesn't suddenly speed up to something else. I think it's also the scene with him looking for the carrot. It's supposed to be misleading for the audience. It's supposed to make you think, oh, Rabbit is, has gotten over Cassie. He doesn't care. He only cares about his prized carrot, which was a plot point at the very beginning of the episode. He was trying to figure out where to bury it, or something like that, to keep it from being affected by the winter. I need to see the episode in full to fully understand how the beginning scene connects with that, because it's obvious that those two are supposed to be linked. Because remember, he gave up watching the carrot to go after Cassie to take care of her in the first place, and then that scene towards the end is supposed to be sort of the opposite. Instead of going to tend to Cassie and see her off, he's tending to the carrot instead. At least that's my view of it. I don't think there's a deleted scene from it. But again, sort of like with MOP episodes, something traumatic happens to a character, but we only have 10 minutes left, so we need to wrap this up. And they just sort of sprint by any sort of character development for the most part. That would have been interesting to see. But yeah, I really enjoyed this video. There'll be a link to AJ Pony AP's channel in the description below. Be sure to check him out. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Also be sure to like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter, as well as support my Patreon. All 3 links will be in the description below. And subscribe for more. If you are subscribed or a new subscriber right now, be sure to hit that bell icon so you get notified when I upload videos. This is Viola Rules Reacts, signing off. Talk to you later.